I don't know how the heck you could see out of these things. I don't know what anything is. Whoa, geez, what's going on here? Hey, everybody's here. Welcome back once again. It is time for the Comics Coffee Table. That's right. 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern. Daily, we presume and hope. Pull up a chair, grab a cup of whatever it is you're shoving under your nose today there, pal. Pre-recorded. Live before a studio audience of my stuffed animals from our Boston studios. We bring you the Comics Coffee Table. We are a geeky, chill stream where we get together at this very Comics Coffee Table. We leave the real world's problems over there for a few minutes in our busy, hectic days. We take our minds off our minds by focusing on our hobby and escapism. We grab a chair, we pull up a chair, we grab a cuppa, and we join here together. Huzzah. Yes, I know they can see the coffee it's TV magic, all right? Yeah. Here at the coffee table is where my friends and I would congregate, hang out, shoot the shit. We don't get monetized. Oh, we're not monetized anyway. Shoot the breeze. There would always be, a stack of books, a stack of movies, a stack of music, a stack of video games, and a stack of comic books. Stack of comic books, yeah. That adorns our Comics Coffee Table. And, we're just trying to get each other to read new stuff and to entertain each other and be entertained by and to be turned on to new things and talk about them too. Here at this geeky chill stream at this Comics Coffee Table, we continue the Comic Book Shop-Style Conversation. We do. We also, part of the mission of this show is to remind you the importance of getting to your local comic book shop and spending your discretionary income there. I mean, I am reboarding, rebagging, and reboxing my entire collection because it sorely needs it. I'm switching from long boxes. Long boxes that have served their purpose. You can see some stains on here. This one's not that bad. But they get heavy. They get really heavy, man. They're really heavy, man. They get really heavy, man, or woman, or wherever on the spectrum of humanity you reside and identify with. And I'm switching to short boxes. The short box. And every time I need to assemble a short box, I'm going to demonstrate it here on the show. So I am not just getting my new releases at the comic book shop and back issues, of course. I am getting my supplies there because I need them. If I need supplies, chances are you do too. So hopefully that you are getting your supplies at your local comic book shop. I could be saving a buck or two by getting, buying on my online supply chain. They would get delivered to my front door too. But I'm agreeing to paying the retail markup because it keeps my local comic book shop, my LCS, open. And because when they close, they're gone. They're gone for good. I think there will always be some kind of niche market, like a niche hobby store. But the direct market, as we know it, is changing. And these are mom and pop brick and mortar shops. These are local businesses. They, especially if they survived lockdown 2020, they need our business. And we need to be getting out of the house and going to our village squares and malls and stores and spending money with our local businesses. Because, that's isn't the American way. Well, we were produced live, pre-recorded live before a studio audience of my stuffed animals from our Boston studios here in Massachusetts, United States of America. It could be different. where you are. I know we've got someone from Saudi Arabia watching. We got people from Canada watching. We could have people from Mexico watching. I've seen people from India in the analytics too. I mean, this is we're global, baby. You're international. Peak has always been international. So it's a big deal for me that I not only get my comic books, but I get my supplies. I'm buying my bags, my acid-free boards, and my conversion to short boxes. I'm getting them all at my local comic book shop because, you know, it's up to us to help keep our stores open. It's up to them, you know, to keep offering us great titles, and it's also up to them to, you know, to be paying their invoices and not get behind, and to be, you know, but part of that, we have a symbiotic relationship with our comic book shops. We need to help keep them open and alive and thriving. And that's, you know, I'm taking bloody things off. Pika. Yeah. Wow, the world's so bright. 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern. We're working back on dailies, but we congregate here. Yes, tune in. Don't drop out. Tune in. Tune back in, please. Bring a friend. You know, hit those notifications. Ring that bell. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you already haven't. You know, seriously. We would love to be part of your YouTube day. We are a geeky chill stream. We try to make positive content with some latitude for some well-deserved outrage here and there. I mean, I don't like creators who have blocked me on Twitter, you know, without earning it. They would say something like, well, I only block Yahtzees, Vistaphobes, and bigots. And if I blocked you, then you're a bigot, or you're adjacent to them. That makes you a double bigot for supporting those people and harming the people that I love. It's all leverage. It's leverage all the way down. It's all turtles all the way down too. But, you know, it's turtles all the way down. Turtles. I have to dust you. I will. Hey, get out of my coffee. Hey, geez, my mom gave me this. It's supposed to represent us in an early age. Ain't that cute? But I love that the whole is it called a syllogism? Pika, you gotta get better at making show notes. You do the best you can. Syllogism, a form of reasoning which a conclusion is drawn. Okay, maybe it's an allegory or just some kind of myth, but the world rests on the back of a turtle. And what's underneath that turtle? Another turtle. What's under that turtle? Another turtle. It's turtles all the way down. Well, on social media, when it comes to like the culture war and good persons bashing on the bad persons, it's leverage and shaming all the way down and labeling and like, you know, just I'm done with that. It's just like, you know, yeah, go ahead and try to punch a Nazi. Yeah, go ahead. And I'm at the point where like, you try that on somebody, you might have it coming. I'm from South Boston, where violence was a negotiation and tool and language. So I'm a pacifist because of that experience. I like to say that, but I'm also, you know, I mean, I'm not going to encourage violence. I'm being facetious. There is a healthy dose of satire involved in this show, and I will, you know, advise peace and understanding and common ground and negotiation, and you know, yeah, I mean, doubling down and constant labeling. It's lost its bite. It really has. Now it's just weak sauce. You know, sorry. I mean, geez. That's just, and that is our 2 cents. We need a graphic. Pika, work on that. Get some graphics. We could do that. We can. It takes effort. You know, we like our lo-fi charm here. We get asked often, why don't we show comic covers and art? Just Pika can't be bothered. No, we like the podcast format. And thank you for tuning in. Yeah, so let's get to it. Every time I need to assemble a new box, I'm going to demonstrate it. When you buy a box, whether it's short or long, always make sure that it comes with a lid. The lid is inside. Double check it when you're at your point of sales origin. It's going to be a hard sell to come back and be like, oh, I forgot my lid. Well, don't flip your lid. See, and it should be pre-cut. Sometimes that they have little attachments that are still, to give it stability, and they easily pop out with just a little bit of pounds per pressure per square inch when you just move it. Don't rip and don't cut. They should pop right out. This is how you make a lid. This is the lid version. The lid. It's about folding. And you fold these tabs. Okay, you see that? You fold in. You fold the tabs. You got those two holes there. You got the raised part. And then you got two more raised parts here. All right. You just fold that over. Put the tabs in and it secures itself. Repeat on the second side. And there we go. That's your lid for your comic book box. The same principle applies for long boxes as it does short boxes. This has a 6-stage pictogram here that you can follow for easy peasy. Here's your box. Those are your handle holes. It calls for you to fold in one part here. And this is what I was talking about. See, it's secured just because it's cut mostly, and then there's just one. You just gotta think. You hear that? Just pop it like that. It might rip just a little bit. It might be a little unsightly. You can be as careful as you want, but I would not advise using a cutting tool, and I would not advise using too much pressure. It's gentle. Just be gentle. See, 1 and 2. There we go. Poppity pop pop pop. Fold in your lid. So you fold in that part. You fold in this part. Fold it up. Okay. Is that first part we folded in? Hello. Make sure that's up. So now you see those sides with the handle holes. We just pull them up like that. Here you go. See, those are your handle holes. You see that? Oh, hello. And now just fold in this last part. There you go. Now you have a box that can support the weight. It'll support about, say, 35 pounds or so. Here's your lid. Now here we go. That's one comic book short box. This ran for $7.99, I believe. And I pay it every time, because I just feel good contributing to the overall longevity of my comic book shop. So we're going to migrate from this long box into the short box. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to move these trade paperbacks over. Smallville. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I have 6, 7, 8 are around somewhere. We will find them. Smallville, written by Brian Q. Miller. This is season 11 of Smallville. This continues the TV show. Let's see. Orbiter by Warren Ellis and Colleen Doran. This is written, and Dave Stewart. This is really, really good stuff. It's about a lost space mission that comes back to Earth in a post-apocalyptic era. And the pilot and the shuttle itself were infected by alien technology. And they go back up. And that's that. New spacefarers, yeah. We've got some Fantastic Four here from the Marvel Knights era. This is Aguirre Sacasa and Steve McNiven. Awesome. This is great art. But still, digital onomatopoeia and lettering. It's been going on for more than 20 years now. So it's but it's Marvel's first family. Really enjoyed this. Where's the indicia? Doesn't have an indicia page where we can see the year. Wow, it doesn't have an indicia page. Oh, it does. Right, it's on the inside cover. Originally printed, Marvel Knights Fantastic Four, numbers 1 through 7, 2004. So this is almost 20 years old. And I haven't still gotten used to digital onomatopoeia. And, you know, but that's my cross to bear in life. Here's some Matt Fraction, Mark Bagley, and Mike Allred. Fantastic Four. This was some pretty fun. They switched their uniforms. When was this done? This is copyright 2012. I think this was part of the all new, all different Marvel. Matt Fraction was a big wheel at the Cracker Factory there for a while. Here is the legendary Marvels by Kurt Busiek with art by Alex Ross, who paints this. This is great art. This is about a retelling of the Silver Age. A quick part about the Golden Age, back when it was Timely Comics, and Captain America, and Bucky, the original Human Torch, and his sidekick Toro, the original Defenders, and Namor, the Submariner, fought real Nazis, not your internet enemies, not the people that you disapprove of on the internet. You know what I mean? I mean, we're talking about real Nazis. I'm going to be, from now on, responding to Nazis and fascisms with 19th century anachronisms, because we need some 21st century, words for 21st century, to correctly identify. I mean, geez. So this is 20 years old. Yeah. It's great stuff. Here is, the Tick. Naked City. This was given to me in 1996 from one of my from a dear friend of mine. Yeah, my buddy Dane. Yeah, and I got to give Dane's teenage son my entire stack of Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo, New 52 Batman. It was a good place for that to end up. So this is the early Tick from NEC, New England Comics. Look at that. This is just fun stuff. Look at that. There's a great Elektra. This is great superhero send-ups. And there's like a Superman pastiche. There's an Elektra pastiche in here. And this has been made into one cartoon and 2 live-action series. The Tick has amazing staying power, and it's absurd, ridiculous lampooning of this very superhero genre that we love and adore. Comic shop news, man. Print copy. This was a staple of going to the comic book shop. This would be in every. This is you get one of these. You get one of these. And then you get your Funnybooks in the bag. So this is some New 52 era. Rot World. Yeah, it's just advertisements and solicits for what's coming out soon. On newsprint. And it was free. Yeah, comic shop news. And it would have articles. It would have solicits, previews, and it was just part and parcel with the experience. Oh, wow. Avengers versus X-Men. Wow. And that's a keeper. I mean, that's... What else we got here? We're moving the trade paperbacks into the long box here. 1, 2, 3. Where's 4? Don't tell me you let 4 out. Hopefully it's here somewhere. Find it. This is Northlanders by Brian Wood, who got canceled for asking a co-worker out, and got charged with harassment. And so just, maybe you shouldn't be asking out people from work. And I know people meet their wives and husbands at work. People leave their wives and husbands for people that they meet at work. But it doesn't always work out. I'm not trying to be silly or playful with my words there. I used to meet my girlfriends through work or through work friends. You know, when we were younger, it's like young people will do that. They'll hook up and date people that they work with. Sure, it's being in the restaurant industry. It's kind of part and parcel. It's just like I'm a chef. It was like, you know, I used to date hostesses, waitresses, bartenders. You know, girls at the t-shirt shop. I mean, it was like, and I'm blessed and grateful that nothing negative ever came from it. I mean, there was an experience where I was dating a girl and we broke up and we had to work with each other after that. And you have to make it work, because what are you going to do? Like ruin your job because you can't get along with your ex? It happens. But being romantically interested in a coworker, I mean, just, it's the 21st century. You know, you could be Jesus giving the Romans the nails to hang you up with. You could be. This is great. Ed Brubaker and Warren Pleece. This was an interesting Vertigo comic. I love the art in this. Here's the Indicia colophone. This was a mini-series on Vertigo. Shelley Bond was the editor. And Dan DiDio, Jim Lee are the co-publishers. Let's see. When was this originally done? 2012. Yeah. So this came out... No, this was originally done in 2001. Yeah, around the same time that Grant Morrison was publishing The Invisibles. So I jokingly referred to this as The Invisibles Light. But this was really fun, really good, and a little problematic here and there too, but that's part of it. So it's just like this, oh my goodness, people having intimacy. But it's just about it's about worlds and two different worlds, and the worlds colliding. And about young people falling in love, and destiny, and purpose, and mission, and story, and tension. Yeah. Here, the ubiquitous comic book bag. So we've migrated all those funny books over. Hopefully, maybe today we'll be done with this. Maybe tomorrow. And then we could throw out our first long box. And we can just be like, okay, we're making progress. Oh, wow. I love Sean Gordon Murphy. 10 issues. Vertigo. The Wake. Written by Scott Snyder. Drawn by Sean Gordon Murphy. Something like this you would probably find in the crowdfunding sphere on Kickstarter or Indiegogo or Fund My Comic. Like Sean recently did one called The Plot Holes. And now it's being released in floppy form too, which I find refreshing because that helps the direct market too. But, oops. It's ripped. You deserve a new... Remember, what do we do? We fill up the old floppy, the old snugs with, you roll it up, and we just keep filling up, because we don't want to put them on the floor and trip over them, because we've lived that experience. But hey, let's look it up real quick. Damn. Con, the computers are smashed. This takes time. Okay. So, the issue 1, if it is not the variant cover, which would be worth $8. But issue 1 is worth $5, and issues 2 through 10 retain their cover value, but only if it was a 9.2. Remember that. See the top? It's the good is a 2.0, very good is a 4.0, fine is 6.0, very fine is 8.0, very fine near mint is 9.0, and a near mint minus is 9.2. And that's the best you can do here. And then comes the higher grading, which comes from the certified grading companies, slabs. And would these funny books be worth? No, they're not, because we've got dings, we've got corner bend. So this wouldn't be worth $5. We've got spine crack, like we always do. But look, here, check out the ad. We have Superman Unbound. What the heck was that story about? But it was directed, this is one of these animated stories. Ooh. Hero, starring The Rock. Ooh, Arrow on the CW. And who's that? It's Krapusiak. And here we have the Indicia. Wow, this is 10 years old. The Wake, July 2013. 10th anniversary of The Wake, huh? It's about undersea stuff and undersea peoples. And the earth is flooded. But it was done in the time of, the last days of Vertigo comics, before it got ruined by a wrong pick for editor. Nothing to do with me. I mean, I'm not judging. But I'm going to double that up. I love Sean Gordon Murphy's art. Hey, look. One part house ad, because it's a Warner Brothers Superman property. The other part, it's T-Mobile and a new phone. The Nokia New Lumina. And the new 52 had just taken off. So Superman has just lost his red trunks. Falling Skies, a good friend of mine, loved this show and thought, hey, Sully, you would absolutely love this story. Here's your back page. That's Shelley Bond, executive editor at Vertigo. Video game ads, hello. Remember, so this is Vertigo. This isn't aimed at kids. It's in Brian Azzarello and some Eduardo Risso. It's at, Sweet Tooth, Fables. Astro City was being released on Vertigo for a little while. And this is, and a couple of years later, Vertigo will close down as an imprint. Punk Rock Jesus. I love this. I have that's Sean Gordon Murphy. That would definitely be a crowdfunder now. And I have the hardcover. I always meant to bring it to the con and have Sean sign it, but it's a hardcover and it's really, it's heavy. So I have to make that a special run. Maybe next time I will ask Sean to sign that, because that is on the bottom of my spinner rack with Joe the Barbarian. I would love him to sign both, because those are two of my favorites. But Punk Rock Jesus was written and drawn by Sean himself. And I just love his faces, and I love his tech. Sean's a great storyteller. He knows his stuff, and he's really smart, and he's got a good acumen. Let's see, anything else in here? Just house ads. House ads after house ads. I remember before Watchmen. Does anyone remember that? Did anyone like that? I didn't. I was tuned out of that. I love Watchmen. I almost got a tattoo of a Watchmen panel. Let's see. Yeah, dings. We got. You see those dings? I see those dings. You see something? I see some dings. To balance Fluffy, my Alacron, my Scorpion, I was going to get a comic panel right here. See that burn? Yeah, I'm a chef. It was a famous panel of the two skeletons kissing of Night Owl and Silk Spectre 2. And Night Owl 2 and Silk Spectre 2, to be specific. But it was the two skeletons kissing. And it looked great because it's monochrome. And I love it. I just thought that was so sweet. I went to a local tattoo parlor here in Boston, and the guy refused to do it. Because he was like, oh, I'm an artist. I'm not going to do something like that. And I'm like, geez, the guy in Mexico didn't care. It was just a job, and he did this really well. I mean, seriously. I mean, get over yourself. Gig's a gig. I mean, and would I still get it done? I don't know. I mean, if given the opportunity, maybe. I think it's, I haven't gotten a tattoo in a while. I got this done, Cui Bono, which is partially which is in itself is a comic book reference, from Grant Morrison's Earth 2, the crime syndicate of America. Yeah, we are rebagging, reboxing, Batman Arkham's Origins. Video game ads. Hello. Who buys and reads comic books? We don't know anymore. We're trying to reach new audience. Yeah, good luck with that. Oh, wow. Talk about a 10-year-old comic book ad. I'm taking my talents to South Florida. Remember the big LeBron announcement? He was leaving Cleveland but he won a championship with Miami, came back to Cleveland and won a championship with Cleveland, fulfilling the promise, and then ended up an LA Laker and played with Kobe. I'm not a basketball fan, so I don't know how many championships Kobe and LeBron won together. Maybe someone can tell me in the chat. Justice League War. I really enjoyed that line of Justice League animations because it was a little different than the Bruce Timm, Paul Dini look. It was more based in the New 52 aesthetic. You're doubling them up. We just got a couple more to go. But yeah, have I ever reread these? No, I never have. I mean, that's the thing about comics. It's like they pile up. You get to them, you read them. We've got corners. We've got dings. We've got spine roll. We've got WonderCon in Anaheim. We've got Son of Batman. In that's a shared universe. There's a DC animated universe that is not the DC Bruce Timm animated universe. And only us geeks can tell the difference and know what's going on with whom and when and how. Indeed. And I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope everything is going your way. I hope that you are clobbering your problems and not being clobbered by them. I hope that everything's doing well at work and with the kids and with the families, and with your finances and with your health. I've been struggling with my health a little bit lately. I have a hernia. Yeah, I have to be careful lifting these heavy long boxes. And going to see the doctor next week. Oh, actually in 2 weeks. I have an appointment with the surgeon to get a consultation where I'll get my appointment for my procedure and get my hernia taken care of before it gets too bad. Right now it's okay. And it's not painful or anything, but corners, spine roll. Look at that corner, see? And remember, diving into the dollar bins at see the finale. And look, an unrelated part of Batman animation, the Batman, which is unrelated to either the new DCAU or the old DCAU, and Batman Brave and the Bold, and Legend of the Superheroes from 1979. This live-action show, I remember staying up late. I remember watching that as a kid. And wow, that was trippy. You had the return of Adam West and Burt Ward, but you couldn't get Christopher Reeve Superman or Linda Carter Wonder Woman. So we had Huntress. You had the live action Shazam, who was on the Saturday morning live action show. And here we go, all done. And I'll see what I can get for this too. Maybe I can get $20 for this, maybe, or just maybe $10 if they're dollar bin worthy. Who knows? We'll find out. I have yet to open up an eBay store and try to sell these, but what I've done is I've saved every single one of my I've saved every single one of my Gemini mailers that I get from crowdfunding for when I actually do start, being like, hey, I'm just gonna move these things. I have to. I don't know what to do with these old comics. I've never reread these. I should give them a reread. This is a decent story by really good creators. And, yeah, it's 10th anniversary of this pretty decent Vertigo story. And, well, thank you so very much for tuning in. We've assembled a box. We've kind of mostly filled it. And we're going to hopefully finish up this box of comics really soon and start we're not throwing out the old boxes, we're putting them into recycling. So hopefully they get a second life too, and they've served their purpose, they've done their job. I'm blessed and grateful. I'm blessed and grateful for you guys, that you show up and you want to talk comic books and that we can share our love of our hobby together, and it's really great. And thank you for the sense of community and fellowship. I appreciate you more than you know. And if you're not here for the live chat premiere, continue this comic book shop style conversation in the comment section, please. Click that like button, click the notifications, ring that bell. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. I would love to earn your subscription. We try to make daily comic book content here, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern, daily. We really try for that. We're getting back into the swing of things. I am also a professional chef. I make cooking videos. I'm also an ordained minister, hence Reverend Sully. We talk about spirituality and gratitude. If there are planets in the early morning or early evening sky, I will point them out. Look, there's the planet Jupiter. Yeah, there are bunnies and that I see eating their breakfast in the early morning, and I think they're cute, and I think it's great content. So tune in, please, and stay a while. Thank you so very much. God bless. Namaste. Good luck. And we will see you again tomorrow in those funny pages. Ciao. Bye-bye.